The vast emptiness of space near Jupiter's orbit remained peaceful until the research vessel Star Seeker detected an unusual energy signature. Captain Tom Black stood on the bridge, his experienced eyes fixed on the holographic display showing an approaching vessel of clearly non-human design. "All stations, alert status," he ordered calmly, years of training keeping his voice steady. The crew responded with practiced efficiency, their movements precise and controlled. The unknown ship, sleek and predatory in appearance, moved with an unnatural grace through space. Before anyone could react, a transmission cut through their communications. The alien voice spoke in perfect English, though its tone dripped with contempt. "Primitive species of Earth, this is Commander Vex of the Galactic Federation. Your existence has been monitored, and you have been found wanting. Submit to our rule, or face extinction." Tom's jaw tightened, but a slight smile crossed his face. He glanced at his weapons officer, Jack, who nodded imperceptibly. The Star Seeker, despite its civilian appearance, carried humanity's latest defensive systems. "This is Captain Tom Black of Earth. We respectfully decline your offer," he responded, his finger hovering over a hidden control panel. "Perhaps you'd like to reconsider your approach." The alien commander laughed, the sound harsh and artificial through the speakers. "Your pitiful species cannot hope to resist. Your technology is centuries behind ours. This is your final warning." "Funny thing about humans," Tom said, pressing several buttons in sequence, "we don't take kindly to threats." Hidden panels along the Star Seeker's hull slid open, revealing weapon systems that shouldn't have existed on a research vessel. The alien ship fired first, a beam of energy racing toward the Star Seeker. But instead of finding an easy target, the beam dispersed harmlessly against an advanced shield system. The alien commander's shocked silence spoke volumes. "Jack, disable their engines," Tom ordered. "Let's show our visitors what humanity can do." The Star Seeker's response was devastating. A focused pulse of energy struck the alien vessel with surgical precision, cutting through their supposedly superior shields like paper. The alien ship's engines died instantly, leaving it drifting in space. "Impossible." Commander Vex's voice crackled through the comm. "Your species, you shouldn't have this technology." Tom smiled again, but there was no warmth in it. "There's a lot we shouldn't have according to your standards. Lieutenant Emma, prepare the boarding teams. Let's have a chat with our new friends." The boarding operation went smoothly, almost too smoothly. The alien crew, so confident in their superiority moments ago, surrendered without resistance when faced with Earth's Marines in advanced combat suits. Commander Vex, a tall, gray-skinned being, was brought to the Star Seeker's conference room. Under questioning, Vex revealed the truth. The Galactic Federation saw emerging species as threats to be controlled or eliminated. Earth had been marked for subjugation, deemed too aggressive to be allowed free development. "You don't understand," Vex said, his alien features twisted in frustration. "Your kind, you advanced too quickly. In a century, you went from primitive combustion engines to spaceflight. It's unnatural." "No," Tom replied, standing tall. "What's unnatural is thinking you can enslave an entire species. Humanity has survived worse than you. We've fought ourselves, rebuilt from ashes, and reached for the stars. And all this time, we've been preparing." He leaned forward, his voice firm. "Take this message back to your Federation. Earth isn't some helpless primitive world. We're ready, we're waiting, and if you come looking for a fight, you'll find one." The Star Seeker's encounter near Jupiter marked the beginning of a new era. As Vex was returned to his repaired vessel with a warning, humanity's leaders on Earth were already mobilizing. Deep within secret facilities across the planet, weapons and ships that had been hidden for decades were being prepared. The secret of Earth's true technological level was out, but that didn't matter anymore. Humanity had achieved what it wanted. The element of surprise was spent, but the message was clear. Any alien race thinking of Earth as easy prey would have to think again. As Tom watched the alien ship limp away, he knew the real battle was just beginning. But humanity was ready. They had been ready for a very long time. 50 years earlier, on a cold morning on Mars, Dr. Mark Wilson stood in silent awe before the massive metal door embedded in the red cliff face. The discovery would change humanity forever, though the public wouldn't know about it for decades to come. "Sir, you need to see this," his assistant called out, shining a powerful light on the strange symbols etched into the door's surface. The markings weren't random. They were warnings, left by an ancient civilization that had visited the solar system long ago. Within days, a secret international team was assembled. General Robert Thompson, a man known for his sharp mind and unwavering dedication, took charge of what would become humanity's most classified project, Operation Forewarned. "Ladies and gentlemen," Thompson addressed the gathered scientists and military leaders in the hastily constructed base. "What we found here isn't just technology. It's a message. And that message is clear. We are not alone, and we are not safe." The ruins contain more than just advanced technology. They held records of a galactic community that saw emerging civilizations as resources to be harvested or threats to be eliminated. Earth's location had been marked, categorized, and scheduled for future processing. Deep beneath the surface of every continent, massive facilities were constructed. The world's governments, for the first time in history, worked together in complete secrecy. The threat of alien invasion proved to be a more powerful unifying force than any peace treaty. "We have 30 years, maybe less," Thompson told the United Earth Defense Council. "Every discovery we make in these ruins must be developed, improved, and ready for deployment. We need to surpass their technology and make it our own." Scientists worked tirelessly, reverse engineering alien artifacts. But humanity didn't just copy, they innovated. The alien technology was cold, efficient, and predictable. Human engineers added creativity, unpredictability, and improvements the original designers never considered. In the depths of the Himalayan facility, Professor Alex Reed made the breakthrough that would give Earth its greatest advantage. "Their shields operate on predictable frequencies," he explained to Thompson. "We can create weapons that bypass them completely. They'll never expect it because they've never faced an enemy that thinks like us." The Mars ruins provided another crucial piece of information: the alien psychological profile. They were methodical, arrogant, and completely convinced of their superiority. This would be their weakness. "We'll show them what they expect to see," Thompson proposed to the council. "Let them think we're still playing with chemical rockets and radio waves. Meanwhile, we'll build our real fleet." Hidden shipyards were constructed in asteroid belts and on the dark side of the moon. Each vessel was a masterpiece of human ingenuity combined with advanced alien tech. They looked primitive on the outside, but carried weapons that could tear through the strongest alien defenses. 20 years into the project, humanity had surpassed the technical level shown in the Mars ruins. The old alien base became a decoy, carefully maintained to look untouched, while real research facilities pushed the boundaries of physics and engineering. "We're not just preparing for defense," Thompson told his successor, Admiral Lisa Hayes. "We're preparing to show them that humanity isn't just another species to be conquered. We're something they've never encountered before." The orbital defense grid was completed in secret, disguised as communications satellites and space debris. Ground-based weapons were hidden in mountains, under oceans, and within what appeared to be civilian structures. Every child born was quietly tested for special abilities that could help in the coming conflict. Schools included hidden lessons preparing the next generation for what was to come. The entire human race was being forged into a weapon, though most didn't know it. As Thompson stood in the Central Command facility beneath Mount Cheyenne, watching holographic displays of humanity's hidden arsenal, he felt a mix of pride and sadness. "We had to become what they feared most," he said to Hayes. "Not just strong, but unpredictable. Not just advanced, but innovative. When they come, they'll expect to find sheep, but they'll meet wolves instead." The old general placed his hand on a scanner, revealing one last secret. The screen showed thousands of ships, hidden in dimensional pockets around the solar system, ready to emerge at a moment's notice. "We're ready," he said. "Now we wait for them to make the first move." The Alien Federation's attack fleet emerged from hyperspace near Mars, their formation perfect and their confidence absolute. 5 massive warships, each capable of destroying a small moon, moved with precision toward Earth. Their sensors showed exactly what they expected: a primitive planet with basic satellites and a handful of crude space stations. Admiral Jane Foster stood in Earth's hidden command center, watching the alien fleets approach. A slight smile crossed her weathered face as the enemy fell perfectly into position. "All defense grid stations, power up," she ordered calmly, "but keep them masked until my mark." Around Earth, hundreds of hidden weapons platforms silently came to life, their existence concealed by technology far beyond what the aliens thought possible. The alien commander's message boomed through all Earth's communication channels. "Primitive beings of Earth, your time of independence has ended. Surrender now, and some of you may survive as useful servants." Jane took a deep breath, then pressed a button on her command console. Her voice would now reach not just Earth, but every corner of the solar system. "This is Admiral Foster of the United Earth Defense Force. We gave you a warning when you sent your scout. You chose not to heed it. Now, allow us to demonstrate why that was a mistake." She nodded to her weapons officer. "Grid sections 1 through 5 remove stealth protocols. Show them what they're really facing." The aliens' first sign that something was wrong came when their sensors suddenly lit up with hundreds of new contacts. What they had thought were simple communication satellites transformed, revealing advanced weapon systems that had been hiding in plain sight. "Impossible," the alien commander transmitted. "Your species cannot have this level of technology." "Fire," Jane ordered simply. The space around Earth erupted with energy as the defense grid activated. Beams of light that could cut through battleships like paper sliced through the alien fleet's formation. Their shields, designed to stop any known weapon, failed instantly against human innovations they had never encountered. 2 alien ships exploded before they could even react. A third managed to fire back, but its weapons dispersed harmlessly against Earth's planetary shield, a defense system that shouldn't have existed for at least another century by their calculations. "This is your only warning," Jane transmitted as the remaining alien ships attempted to retreat. "Earth is not defenseless. Earth is not primitive. And Earth is most certainly not afraid of you." The 4th ship disappeared in a ball of plasma as it tried to enter hyperspace. The 5th and final vessel, its hull scared and its weapons disabled, drifted helplessly in space. "Send the recovery teams," Jane ordered. "I want that ship intact, and prepare our message package for transmission through their communication systems." Hours later, in the command center, Jane watched as the final touches were put on humanity's message to the galaxy. The captured alien ship would be sent back, carrying data that would make the Federation think twice about further aggression. "Include the footage from Mars," she instructed her communications officer. "Let them see how we found their ruins, how we learned from them, and how we surpassed them. Show them everything, except our best weapons, of course." The message was clear. Humanity had not only discovered advanced technology, but had improved upon it in ways the aliens had never imagined. The defense of Earth was just a small demonstration of what humans could do. "Should we show them the dimensional fleet, Admiral?" her second-in-command asked. "No," Jane replied with a knowing smile. "Let's keep some surprises for those who don't learn from this lesson. Send them just enough to make them afraid, but not enough to make them desperate." As the captured alien ship limped away from Earth, carrying both survivors and humanity's message, Jane looked at the battle damage reports. Not a single human casualty. Not one defense platform lost. The aliens' perfect formation and predictable tactics had made them easy targets for humanity's more creative approach to warfare. "Send word to all outer bases," she ordered. The games are over. It's time to show the galaxy that humanity isn't just ready. We're already ahead of them. The warning shot had been fired. Now, the real test would begin. Commander Bill Stone stood on the bridge of the Earth battleship Thunder, watching as his fleet dropped out of dimensional space near the Federation's major outpost. The aliens had never seen ships like these, vessels that looked almost organic, combining the best of human creativity with technology that surpassed anything the Federation possessed. "All ships report ready," his tactical officer announced. "The Federation base hasn't detected us yet. Their sensors are still calibrated for standard hyperspace signatures." Bill nodded, a grim smile on his face. "Commence Operation First Strike. Let's show them what happens when you threaten Earth." The human fleet materialized seemingly out of nowhere, surrounding the massive space station that served as the Federation's forward command base. 20 ships, each unique in design, moved with a grace that defied their size. "This is Commander Stone of the Earth Defense Force." He broadcast on all frequencies. "Your facility is surrounded. Power down your weapons and prepare to be boarded. Any resistance will be met with overwhelming force." The Federation's response was predictable. They opened fire with everything they had. Their energy weapons, impressive by most standards, splashed harmlessly against the Thunder's advanced shields. "They never learn," Bill muttered. "All ships, execute attack pattern Delta. Remember, we want the station intact." The human fleet moved like a school of predatory fish, each ship knowing its exact role. The Thunder led the charge, its main weapon, a gravity manipulation beam, tearing holes in the station's supposedly impenetrable defenses. Inside the Federation station, panic spread as systems failed one after another. Their weapons couldn't penetrate the human ship's shields. Their communications were being blocked by technology they couldn't understand. And worst of all, their sensors showed that the human fleet was using only a fraction of its true power. "Launch the boarding teams," Bill ordered. Teams of human soldiers, wearing powered armor that made them look like walking tanks, teleported directly into the station's key areas. Leading the ground assault was Major Kate Wells, her armor systems giving her perfect awareness of the battlefield. "Remember, people," she told her troops, "we're not here to destroy. We're here to make a point." The Federation's security forces found themselves helplessly outmatched. Their energy weapons barely scratched the humans' armor. Their defensive positions, designed to repel any known form of attack, proved useless against soldiers who could phase through walls or generate localized gravity fields. "Central control secured," Kate reported after just 30 minutes of operation. "You wouldn't believe the data we're finding here, Commander. They've been planning invasions of dozens of developing worlds." Bill's expression hardened. "Download everything. We're going to put a stop to that right now." The Federation commanders, now prisoners on their own station, watched in disbelief as humans casually operated their advanced technology, improving it even as they used it. "How?" one alien officer asked Bill. "How did you advance so quickly?" "You made a fundamental mistake," Bill explained, looking down at the alien. "You thought technology was everything. But humanity's greatest strength isn't our tools. It's our ability to adapt, to think differently, to take what exists and make it better." The operation was over in less than 2 hours. The Federation's most important forward base, previously thought impregnable, had fallen to a human fleet that treated their best defenses like paper barriers. "Send the message to Earth Command," Bill ordered as his teams finished securing the station. The Federation's military strength was greatly exaggerated. They relied too heavily on standardized tactics and technology. They never expected an enemy that could think creatively. As human engineers began retrofitting the station with Earth technology, Bill watched the Federation prisoners being processed. They still couldn't understand how they had been defeated so easily. "Your Federation had centuries to grow complacent," he told them. "Humanity had to fight and struggle for everything we achieved. That's the difference between us. You expect the galaxy to bow to your rules. We make our own. The capture of the Federation outpost marked a turning point. Humanity wasn't just defending itself anymore. They were taking the fight to the enemy, and the galaxy would never be the same. In the Grand Hall of the United Earth Command, Dr. Mike Turner stood before representatives from every nation on Earth. Behind him, holographic displays showed decades of humanity's greatest deception, the carefully crafted illusion of a primitive species hiding the reality of Earth's true power. For 50 years, Mike began, his voice echoing through the chamber. We fooled not just the Federation, but the entire galaxy. Our satellites were weapons in disguise. Our clumsy space missions were covers for advanced ship testing. Even our internet was a facade, hiding quantum networks beneath. The screens behind him showed images of ordinary-looking buildings that concealed vast underground complexes, shopping malls that were actually shield generator stations, farm fields covering massive hangars filled with spacecraft. The Federation's spies saw exactly what we wanted them to see, he continued. They watched our crude rocket launches and laughed. They monitored our radio signals and felt superior, all while we prepared. In a secure chamber beneath the Pacific Ocean, Dr. Laura Reed activated a hidden facility that had masqueraded as an underwater research station. Massive doors opened, revealing rows of ships that combined human innovation with technology far beyond anything the Federation possessed. Our greatest advantage, she explained to visiting Federation prisoners, was your own arrogance. You were so convinced of your superiority that you never looked deeper. Those primitive missiles we tested. The upper stages contained dimensional drive experiments. Those failed satellite launches. Testing for our planetary shield system. Back in the command center, Mike displayed records of humanity's true technological progress. We didn't just copy the alien technology we found on Mars, he explained. We improved it. Where they saw limits, we saw possibilities. Where they followed rules, we broke them and found better ways. The Federation representatives watched in stunned silence as Mike revealed how Earth had hidden shipyards inside mountains, weapons platforms disguised as space debris, and defense systems masked as natural phenomena. Your entire understanding of human technology was based on what we allowed you to see, Mike said. Those old cars running on gasoline. Many were powered by zero-point energy cells, disguised to look primitive. Those solar panels, actually collectors for energy forms your science hasn't even discovered yet. In orbit, automated systems began deactivating the camouflage that had hidden Earth's true face from the galaxy. Massive defense platforms shimmered into view. Fleets of advanced ships emerged from dimensional pockets. The facade of a primitive world fell away, revealing a fortress planet bristling with power. Even now, Laura told the Federation prisoners, you're only seeing a fraction of our capabilities. The technology we're revealing today, it's what we had 20 years ago. Imagine what we've developed since then. The deception had worked perfectly. The Federation, expecting to find an easy target, had instead awakened a technological giant that had been preparing for this moment for half a century. Our scientists didn't just study the alien technology, Mike explained to the assembled leaders. They found its flaws, its limitations, and then they broke through them. We took your rigid, predictable systems and made them fluid and adaptable. We saw your weaknesses because we were watching while you thought we were blind. As the truth spread across the galaxy, other alien civilizations began to reassess their understanding of humanity. The primitive species they had dismissed had been advancing in secret, surpassing them while maintaining a carefully crafted mask of weakness. The deception is over, Mike concluded. We no longer need to hide. Earth isn't just ready to join the galactic community. We've been leading it from the shadows for years. Every piece of technology you thought was cutting edge, we improved it a decade ago. The galaxy would never be the same. The species they had planned to conquer had instead outwitted them all, turning their own arrogance against them in the greatest deception in galactic history. Welcome, Laura told the stunned Federation prisoners, to the real Earth. We've been waiting a long time to show you who we really are. The Grand Council chamber of the Federation fell silent as Earth's transmission began playing. Fleet Admiral Peter Ross's hologram stood before them, his presence commanding even across light years of space. Members of the Federation Council, he began, his voice firm and unwavering. You've seen a fraction of Earth's power. Now we will show you why starting a war with humanity would be your last mistake. Behind him, holographic displays showed a massive human fleet emerging from dimensional space near an uninhabited solar system. At its center was the Thunderbolt, Earth's most powerful warship, carrying a weapon that would make the Federation understand the true meaning of fear. We could have struck at your core worlds, Peter continued. We could have dismantled your Federation piece by piece. Instead, we chose to show you mercy, something your kind never considered showing us. The Federation Council watched in horror as the Thunderbolt charged its main weapon. The device was unlike anything they had ever seen, combining technologies they thought impossible to merge. This demonstration, Peter announced, will show you exactly what happens when you force humanity to embrace its full potential. The Thunderbolt fired a single shot at an uninhabited planet in the system. The beam seemed to bend reality itself, and in an instant, the planet began to crack. Not from the outside in, but from its core outward, the entire world splitting apart in a controlled demonstration of power. That was 30% of the weapon's full capacity, Peter informed them coldly. And this ship, we have a fleet of them, hidden, waiting, ready. The Federation Council erupted in panic. Their best scientists confirmed what they feared. The human weapon operated on principles they barely understood. It wasn't just powerful. It was elegant, efficient, and terrifyingly precise. You have two choices, Peter continued. Accept Earth as an equal member of the galactic community, with all the rights and respect that entails, or face extinction. We don't make threats, we make promises. On Earth, the unified command watched the transmission. Screens showed Federation worlds scrambling their fleets, only to realize that human ships had already quietly surrounded their major military installations. To prove our sincerity, Peter added, look to your primary shipyards. As he spoke, the massive facilities that had built the Federation's fleets suddenly became visible, human warships decloaking to reveal they had been there all along. We got inside your best defenses weeks ago, he explained. Your shields never even detected us. Your sensors still can't track our ships. You are, at this moment, completely at our mercy. The Federation Council leader, his multiple appendages trembling, activated his communication system. What are your terms? He asked, defeat evident in his voice. Peter's expression remained stern. First, you will cease all aggression against developing civilizations. Second, you will share your technology freely with all species, not just your chosen few. Third, you will submit to oversight from a new galactic council, one where all species have an equal voice. The Federation's leaders looked at each other, realizing they had no choice. Their military advantage, the foundation of their power, had been stripped away by a species they had planned to enslave. And finally, Peter concluded, you will acknowledge that humanity is not just your equal, but your superior in ways you never imagined possible. We don't want to rule you. We want to ensure that no species ever again faces the threat of extinction simply for being different. The weapon demonstration had worked perfectly. The planet remained destroyed, a permanent reminder of what happened when humanity was pushed too far. You have 1 hour to decide, Peter said. Choose wisely. Humanity has spent 50 years preparing for this moment. We can wait another 50 if needed, but I don't think your Federation would survive that long against us. As the transmission ended, the Federation Council faced the hardest decision in their history. The species they had dismissed as primitive now held their fate in its hands. Earth had delivered its final warning. The galaxy would never be the same. 1 year after Earth's ultimatum, the galactic landscape had transformed completely. In the newly established Galactic Council chambers on neutral ground, Earth's ambassador John Carter watched representatives from 100 worlds discuss the future of interstellar civilization. The Federation's surrender had been total and unconditional. Not a single shot was fired after Earth's demonstration. They knew better than to test humanity's resolve. Now, former Federation worlds worked alongside Earth, learning and growing in ways they never imagined possible. The human approach to technology is fascinating, an alien scientist admitted during a public conference. They don't just use tools, they reimagine them. They ask why not, instead of accepting limitations. Earth had kept its promise. Instead of conquering or ruling, humanity shared its advancements. The quantum communication network now connected all worlds, breaking down barriers of distance and language. Earth's dimensional drive technology revolutionized space travel, making the galaxy feel smaller and more connected. Today marks the completion of the first joint human-alien research facility. John announced to the Council, a place where all species can work together, combining their unique perspectives to push the boundaries of science further than ever before. The changes weren't just technological. Earth's influence had sparked a cultural revolution across the galaxy. Alien civilizations began questioning their old hierarchies, embracing change and innovation in ways that would have been unthinkable under Federation rule. In deep space, human and alien ships now patrol together, protecting developing worlds instead of exploiting them. The sight of Earth's advanced vessels working alongside former Federation ships became a symbol of the new era. We found something remarkable in human history, an alien historian shared with the Council. Every time they faced extinction, they grew stronger. Every challenge made them more resilient. We never understood this until now. Earth's population celebrated as the barriers between worlds fell. Alien students attended Earth universities, learning not just about technology, but about art, music, and the human spirit of exploration. Human teachers traveled to alien worlds, sharing knowledge and learning in return. The greatest weapon humanity possessed, John explained to a group of young aliens, wasn't our technology. It was our ability to imagine a better future and work together to achieve it. The former Federation worlds, freed from centuries of stagnation, experienced a renaissance. Their rigid thinking gave way to creativity and innovation. They learned from humanity that progress didn't have to come at the cost of compassion. Deep in Earth's secure facilities, even more advanced technologies were being developed. But now, they weren't weapons. They were tools to heal planets, restore ecosystems, and help young civilizations reach for the stars safely. We keep some secrets, John admitted to the Council. Not because we don't trust you, but because some technologies require wisdom to use properly. We'll share them when all of us are ready. The galaxy learned that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in its ability to destroy planets. It was in its ability to inspire hope. Former enemies became allies, working together to explore the mysteries of the universe. Looking back, an alien elder reflected, "We were so foolish to fear humanity. They could have destroyed us, but instead, they chose to help us grow. They showed us what true strength looks like." As the council session ended, John stood at the observation deck, watching ships from dozens of worlds moving peacefully through space. Earth had achieved something greater than military victory. It had created a future where strength and wisdom went hand in hand. "This was always our goal," he said to a young alien diplomat. "Not to rule the galaxy, but to ensure that no species would ever again face extinction for being different. We didn't want subjects. We wanted partners." The galaxy had entered a new age. Humanity had proven that the most powerful force in the universe wasn't technology or weapons. It was the ability to imagine a better future and the determination to make it real. As stars twinkled in the viewport, John smiled. The warning had served its purpose. Now the real work could begin, building a galaxy where all species could reach their full potential together.